Greetings once again and welcome to Mentor Mike's Market Movie for Wednesday, February 22nd, and let's get started. Okay, we're pretty close to a bullish crossover, white above red. Let's go ahead and get long. And back in the saddle. Okay, move the stop. Go to manual. Second target. We'll pass break even. And stopped out. We'll put our first trade arrow. Alright, we've got a very obvious bullish MACD on our 5-minute side. Okay, now we've got a bearish crossover here, but over here the MACD does not look particularly close to a crossover, and this is set fairly sensitively here, so that suggests that this is not going to keep going but actually turn around and bounce a little bit. So let's just see what happens. Okay, we tied the previous low. Still no crossover on the 5-minute MACD. And we're starting to bounce a little bit. If we'd gotten in right when the blue dropped below the red, we probably would have been okay, at least far enough to hit the first target. But if we'd waited for the white, we probably would have run out of time. Still no crossover on the 5-minute MACD, and we're starting to bounce up a little bit now. And we don't have the white above the red, but we've got bullish crossovers on our oscillators on both sides, and we're almost ready to flip the parabolic on the 5-minute. So let's just go ahead and see if we can get enough of a spike here to at least hit the first target. Okay, there's that 5-minute parabolic. It's bullish now. Okay, there's the first target. Still haven't gone far enough to move the stop. There we go, finally. Okay, stopped out. We've got some mighty screwy jumping around here. Alright, I paused it. We've got red, white, and blue in alignment right here. A crossover that's just about ready to happen on 1-minute MACD and 5-minute stochastic. So let's just see if there's enough of a move there. It's not looking too good, is it? Well, did hit the first target after all. Good thing we didn't tighten the stop too quickly. Okay, now we're stopped out. Let's pause it for a second and draw our trade arrow. Look at all this jumping up and down. This is, of course, right around the opening of the market. And let me open this up a little bit. You can see that we had a down move, and so this is really a complex corrective move of some sort. So we've got all sorts of chopping around here. But ultimately, it should break out to the downside because we had a downside move leading into it. Therefore, the next impulse wave should be to the downside as well. So that means we're looking for a crossover on this 5-minute MACD. I think this trade here, when I took it in real time earlier today, I actually ended up losing. That's because I didn't get in as fast as I did this time. All it takes is one tick's difference sometimes. Okay. Because I was talking, I missed a good entry here. But we still don't have our crossover on the MACD anyway, so I'm going to just let that go. I could have gotten in and probably hit the first target there, but we won't sweat it. This thing's still chopping all over the place. Look at that. Okay, we now have the crossover on the MACD. Don't quite have the white south of the red, but given the downward slope on the long-term moving average, I think everything is going to have to head in that direction. So let's go ahead and get short and see what happens. Okay, hit the first target. Still haven't moved the stop. I'm going to do that manually at this point. Oh, actually we got stopped out, so let's close that trade. All right, we've got white under red and now blue under white, and we've got the crossover that we were waiting for on our 5-minute MACD. So let's short. Yeah, we flipped the parabolic yet again. This thing is even choppier than I remember it being. I think we're probably going to be okay now because of the curvature of that white moving average. Usually once it starts heading down, that's a pretty good sign. Oh, there's our first target. Still no stop. Up there we go. And we actually got in over here, didn't we? So we're short from that direction over there. Okay, we stopped out. So our arrow goes all the way to here. Almost have a bullish crossover. Okay. Pretty much got one on the MACD, or pretty close. Stochastic's breaking above the 50% over here on the left, and everything is turning up here, and it looks like we've got the price breaking above this red MA, so let's go ahead and get long. Scooch this back and get started again. Okay, move that stop when we hit the first target. One a little further. Are we going to hit the second? Yes, we are. I don't think there were any 3-target trades today, but I don't strictly remember. I don't think there are. Okay, stopped out. So we got in here and stopped out there. And we're looking at $900 of profit so far. Not bad. All right, boom. Let's get long again here. Been within one tick of the first target there, but we don't seem to be able to get over the hump. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good little hit. But that's the way it goes. We've got crossovers on the MACD, so we're going to reverse this thing and get started again. Just gave back about 600 of our 900. And let's face the music. I must have gotten in one tick earlier during the day because I don't remember this being a losing trade. I think I hit the first target, but not so this time. Okay. Well, that was a minimal amount of profit. Okay. Notice the white is still below the red, and the red is still sloping down. So we're still alive in this trade. There we go. We got it here. Okay, we're about out of time here. So I am going to end this trade. And I do believe we had more profit than the minus 50 that we see here. This is just for the existing trade here, and in fact just for the last remaining two contracts we had a profit going in. So I'll have to play this back and see what the final tally was. It's probably not a king's ransom, but it should be about $250, $300, somewhere in there. But we'll do that once we have the movie created. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades good and 1 very substantial loser. So 8 and 1. And in the blog, I will indicate what the final tally was on the profit, but we can't run it back right here. So I'm pretty sure we were in the black. All right, thank you very much for your kind attention, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.